My name is Debbie. I'm a retired nurse. I worked med-surg, telemetry, bariatric surgery specialty unit, and cardiac surgery unit. I also was a CNA before that and an LPN. I also worked in labs, so I have some medical history. I also have my own personal medical history, and because of that, I have decided to start doing informational videos, and this is my first one. I'm going to call this the top 7 safety nets to have in place when detoxing off benzodiazepines, opiates, and all psychotropic medications. I personally have experienced this myself in the last year. It isn't an easy road, and I am still coming off a couple medications, but I have successfully come off 12 different medications, and I have not really tallied how many pills a day that was, but it was a lot. And that was just the prescriptions, let alone all the over-the-counter meds that I'd been told to take to counteract all the various side effects that I had. So I was on some very significant medications, including opiates, benzodiazepines, and psychotropics such as SSRIs, SRNIs, and when I came off some of the medications, I got prescribed other medications, including psychotropics and blood pressure medications. The list does go on. Anyway, so the top 7 safety things to have in place. If you're going to be coming off these medications that do affect your entire physiological human person. They affect your brain, they affect your intestinal tract, they affect your cardiac system, they affect everything. And so the withdrawal symptoms are very, very varied, and they can be very self-limiting as far as a person not being able to take care of themselves. And so the first thing you need to do if you are going to start coming off your medications by personal choice for the reasons such as I did, because I had done my research and saw that I was intolerant and they weren't helping me anymore, and they were actually causing harm in many ways. And so I made the choice to come off them. And there's things that I didn't do that in hindsight, that is where this list has come from. So first, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Tell all your family and loved ones exactly what you're doing. I had thought I had, you know, my family knew that I was using cannabis, and I thought everyone knew I was working my way off medications. I had been pretty outspoken about it, but we all didn't know what would happen exactly when the last medication is actually taken, and one needs to be prepared for that. I wasn't, nor were anyone in my significant circle of people. So you need to talk about it. You need to tell people in advance, this is what I'm doing, this is what my research is showing, this is why I want to do this, this is how I'm going to do this. Talk about it. Number 2 is ask who's going to be supportive, even through the really rough patches, because there can be, some people, they just stop, but there's a lot of variations, such as how long have you been taking these types of medications, and how many types have you taken, and how high of dosages have you had. There's much to be considered. And so if you've been on them for a long time, especially, it's likely you'll have a harder time. And so you need a support system. Number 3, arrange how you're going to manage to survive. There's going to be a real possibility that you're unable to take care of yourself. Many people are unable to drive, cook, shop, leave the house, interact with other people, make rational decisions. It is a very trying time. You have to know how you're going to take care of your basic needs. Do you have the facilities to easily access a shower and a bathroom and be able to stay in your room if you need to, and other people be taking care of your responsibilities? Because there's many people that can't take care of their responsibilities when they're coming off of these medications. Number 4, get therapy. Having an open-minded therapist to just listen. Make sure they're on board and understand and have done some research themselves about you coming off medications and why you feel that way, and that they are able to support that. But if you have a good therapist that can help teach you some skills along the way, it can help a lot. I was in counseling from within 2 weeks of stopping, within a month of stopping opiates, and a few weeks before stopping benzodiazepines. And I have had therapy all along the way since then, and I don't know how I would have managed without that. Having one person that I could tell everything to, that I could trust them when they'd say, okay, let's talk about this, and how are you going to deal with that? And, having someone help me focus on what was important, because decision making is really a struggle for many coming off of these meds. So get a good therapist. It can save your life, really. Number 5, connect with others who are going through the same thing. There is a large community out there. There is Benzo Buddies. There's Benzodiazepine Recovery on Facebook. There is the Ashton Manual and the Ashton site. There is numerous doctors, which I will put a link at the bottom of this, to the various physicians, psychiatrists, etc., former people in the pharmacology system. I'll have links to those, but get involved with the community that is having an understanding that these medications aren't always the best. Number 6. I already was, because being a nurse, you have to be a bit of a nerd and a bit of a scientist. But if you aren't, become a scientist. Research Ashton and many others, and realize that you aren't alone in having an understanding that these medications are very limiting. They are not intended for long term. They don't have any really solid scientific backing that says exactly what they do. And as patients, we are very ill-informed of how difficult it is to come off these meds and how life-changing it can be. Number 7. Don't forget to trust those that have already recovered from doing this. When you're at your lowest point, go on YouTube. There are lots and lots of success stories of people coming off benzodiazepines, of people recovering from opiate dependency, from people coming off all kinds of anti-depressants and psychotropics, because they've come to a realization that these medications have caused them more harm than they have done good. I feel so strongly about this. I let go of my credentialing so that I could utilize cannabis, and also because I just couldn't work for a period of time, long enough that I couldn't meet the requirements of licensing. But I do use cannabis, and it has helped with significant pain issues that I have had, and I personally believe it has helped with me being able to transition off of these medications with less problems than I would have had, and I had my fair share. It definitely has helped with my pain issues. It has helped with my mobility tremendously. I have not had to use a cane to walk around for over a year. I have, it's been almost a year since I've been off of opiates for pain. I think I've taken Tylenol 3 occasions in the last year, and it has helped me. It hasn't prevented me from having any symptoms from coming off of these medications, but it has helped. And I'm really grateful to live in a state where it's legal. I hope that this helps you if you are beginning the journey of wanting to come off of these medications because they aren't working, or you are intolerant, or you are having rebound effect, or you are having any side effects that are really disrupting your life, which I did in many ways with my stomach and with still being able to recall words and talk straight all the time and be able to just put my sentences together. All of these medications slowed me down, and they took something from me, and I'm getting it back, and that's why I'm sharing this. So I hope if this is what you're looking for, this little video helps. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I will get back to you. If you have questions about the use of cannabis for pain especially, as well as for diabetes, healing wounds, weight loss, I would like to speak with you about that. I've seen a lot of really good things. So anyway, I hope you enjoy, and happy 420. Peace.